भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयौदीरयेत्। शृण्वन्ता स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनम् हृदयन्तस्तभद्राणि विधुनोति सुहृत्सताम्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। So today we will be reading from Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam, canto number 10, chapter number 1, and the current verse is number 67. Mataram Pitaram Bhratran Sarvamscha Surdas Tatha Gnanti Asutrupo Lubdha Rajanaha Prayasho Bhuvi Mataram Pitaram Bhratran Sarvamscha Surdas Tatha Gnanti Asutrupo Lubdha Rajanaha Prayasho Bhuvi Mataram Pitaram Bhratran Sarvamscha Surdas Tatha Natihi Asutro Lubdha Rajana Prayaso Bhuvi Matram Pitaram Bhratran Sarvamscha Surdastata Natihi Asutrupo Lubdha Rajanaha Prayasho Bhuvi. Mataram Pitrum Bhratran Mataram Pitaran Bhratran Sarvamscha Surudastatha Gnantihi Asutro Lubdha Rajana Prayaso Bhuvi. Sarvamscha Surudastata Gnatihi Asutrupto Lubdha Rajana Prayaso Bhuvi. Mata, Mataram Pitaram Bhratran Sarvamscha Surudastata Yanti rasupulubdha Rajana prayaso bhuvi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ji ki. Mataram, unto the mother. Pitaram, unto the father. Bhratrin, unto brothers. Sarvancha, and anyone else. Surudaha, friends. Tatha, as well as. Nanti, they kill, as it is practically seen. He, indeed. Ashu tripaha, those who envy the lives of others for their personal sense gratification. Lubdaha, greedy. Rajanaha, such kings. Prayashaha, almost always. Bhuvi, on the earth. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ji ki jai. Kings greedy for sense gratification. May please repeat. On this earth, almost always kill their enemies indiscriminately to satisfy their own whims. They may kill anyone, even their mothers, fathers, brothers, or friends. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ji ki. We have seen in the history of India that Aurangzeb killed his brother and nephews and imprisoned his father to fulfill political ambitions. There have been many similar instances, and Kamsa was the same type of king. Kamsa did not hesitate to kill his nephews and imprison his sister and his father. For demons to do such things is not astonishing. Nonetheless, although Kamsa was a demon, he was aware that Lord Vishnu cannot be killed, and thus he attained salvation. Even partial understanding of the activities of Lord Vishnu makes one eligible for salvation. Kamsa knew a little about Krishna, that he could not be killed, and therefore he attained salvation, although he thought of Vishnu, Krishna, as an enemy. What then is to be said of one who knows Krishna perfectly from the descriptions of Shastras like Bhagavad Gita? It is therefore the duty of everyone to read Bhagavad Gita and understand Krishna perfectly. This will make one's life successful. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Mano Abhistam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kantu Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayas Taddham Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajuvadu Vargena Taya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavata Purana Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Mataidam Nayatrayagra Paraha. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So first of all, my hundreds and thousands of obeisances unto all the senior Vaishnavas present here, Srila Prabhupada disciples, Brahmachari Gan, and all the assembled Vaishnavas. I seek your blessings so that whatever I speak is pleasing to the Vaishnavas, Srila Prabhupada, our Gaudiya Acharyas, Patita Pavan Nitai Gaur Sundar, Lalita Vishaka Radha Ras Bihari Ji, and Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ji. So, this particular chapter is the first chapter of Canto 10 of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 10 is considered the life and air of the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, and it is full of nectarian, sweet pastimes of Sri Krishna. Before we actually go into the verse, which is a very simple verse today, I would like to kind of recap chapter number 1 for the benefit of everyone, because Krishna's pastimes and the inquiries that have been made by Parikshit Maharaj and the wonderful descriptions given by Sukadeva Goswami are indeed nectarian, and they are like Tava Kathamritam. Krishna's pastimes are indeed nectarian. So, in this chapter, Sukadeva Goswami, just prior to chapter 10, he had finished describing the dynasties of the Chandravansha, the dynasty of the moon, and the Suryavanshis, the dynasty of the sun god, and the wonderful kings who have been such exemplary personalities of devotion that before going into the Canto 10. And then, Patit Pavan Nitai Gaur Sundar ki, Radha Ras Bihari Ji ki, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ji ki, Gaur Premanande. So as soon as he is now meditating on Canto 10, he goes into a samadhi. And while going into samadhi, Parikshit Maharaj immediately understood that now what Sukadeva Goswami Pad is going to describe is going to be so sweet, the moment that he had been waiting for. He actually urges Sukadeva Goswami Pad, and he makes some requests, he asks some questions. He mentions that Krishna Leela is indeed the boat to the ultimate goal of life. And he says that except animal killers, Pashugna, and suicidal persons, they do not relish Krishna Katha, or Krishna, the pastimes of Sri Krishna. Intelligent people must understand Krishna's activities. Even in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has mentioned that Janma Karma Che Me Divyam Jo Veti Tatvatah Tatva Punarjanmaneti Mameti So Arjuna. Krishna's activities are not like an ordinary person. They are divyam, transcendental. And one who just understands this, just that qualification, 100% conviction that Krishna's activities are divyam, they are transcendental, then one will qualify into going into the spiritual realm, never to come back, without a doubt. That's what Krishna tells Arjuna. It's a promise that he makes. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is full of nectarian pastimes of Krishna's avatars, his devotees, and of course, the 10th canto is full of his nectarian personal pastimes of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Vrajendra Nandan, Nanda Nandan, Radhika Raman Krishna, Yashoda Nandan Krishna, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead in Golok Vrindavan. And Srimad Bhagavatam, he asked one question, Parikshit Maharaj, that Who relishes Srimad Bhagavatam? What type of persons? So Srimad Bhagavatam is heard by many kinds of persons. It is said that those who want to eradicate ghosts and evil spirits, then Srimad Bhagavatam is also read for 7 days. And we know the katha of Dundukari. That Dundukari was the brother of Gokarna, and he, because of his evil deeds, had become a ghostly spirit, and his brother Gokarna had actually liberated him by reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. So a lot of people, especially in India, they have this solution of eradicating ghosts and spirits that are there through Srimad Bhagavatam. And indeed it works, because we can see that the Srimad Bhagavatam is a very sublime grantha, and it's completely transcendental. It is non-different from Krishna. It is Krishna actually. Then there are some who hear Srimad Bhagavatam, those who are karmis, so that they can benefit from the karmic activities. Most of the professional Srimad Bhagavatam speakers, when they speak, and we see there are thousands and thousands of devotees assembled, most of the people, they are assembled because they feel that they will derive some benefit, like wealth or some better karmic reactions they will derive. There are such people as well. But then there are also some people who are jnanis, who are interested in knowledge, and it intrigues them about the different wonderful philosophical treatises that are mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. So the jnanis also indulge in Srimad Bhagavatam. But the question that Parikshit Maharaj asks, that what kind of devotees actually relish Srimad Bhagavatam? So it's the pure saintly persons who relish Srimad Bhagavatam for nothing but ahaituki apratiyata, without any material motivation and uninterrupted. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vyasadeva warns that this Srimad Bhagavatam, you should have these two qualifications. What are these? Dharma projita kaitavatra. One should reject all kinds of concocted religions. Parmo nirmatsaranam satam. And the devotees who can really relish Srimad Bhagavatam deeply, then the primary quality is one should be nirmatsar, non-envious. Satam. Satam means devotees. Then Srimad Bhagavatam will actually reveal himself. Krishna is Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna. And Krishna reserves the right how much he wants to reveal himself to the persons that are concerned. As the famous verse in Srimad Bhagavad Gita goes, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sa tathaiva bhajamiham. I will reciprocate according to the activities or the bhakti or the devotion or the goal of the person who is approaching me. So if the devotional goal is pure devotional service, Krishna prema pumartho mahan. Srimad Bhagavatam is Purana Amalam. Amalam means spotless. Out of all the Purans, you cannot find a single spot. It's Purana Amalam. And what is it capable of giving us? Prema, Krishna Prem in Golok Vrindavan, in Vrindavan Dham, in the footsteps of the Vrajvasis. Prema Pumartho Mahan. And this is the opinion. The author of this verse is saying, it's not my personal opinion, it is the opinion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Mata Idam. So, who are those personalities that relish Srimad Bhagavatam in reality as those pure saintly persons, Nirmatsara, and those who are desirous, Shushru Bhi, Krutu Bhi, those who are desirous of serving Srimad Bhagavatam or serving Sri Bhagavat Ji. Serving Sri Bhagavat Ji means serving the Granth Bhagavat and serving the personality Bhagavat. Srila Prabhupada is one of these Mahabhagavats who lived his life just as it is in Srimad Bhagavatam. So serving Bhagavatam will give us Krishna Prem, Bhagavat person and Bhagavat Grantha. Hearing Bhagavat from the right source. Bhagavat suno, Bhagavat sthane. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had instructed. Because there are so many people who are professionals who charge lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. And it has just become another kind of a musical event with lots of bhajans, etc. Recently, I met a wonderful acharya in Vrindavan Dham, and he comes in the line of Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, and I was very happy and to see that even today there are such personalities who are really dedicated to Srimad Bhagavatam. And he mentioned to me personally that there are so many professional speakers in Vrindavan who told him that, hey, why do you go into all these philosophies of the first, second, third, fourth, fifth canto? Just go straight into the 10th canto and sing some musical bhajans with a lot of array of orchestras. That's what people like. Make your money and, continue like that. That's what we do. So he said, that's what I just cannot do. I come in this Gaudiya line, which is nothing but pure devotional service. And that was so nice to hear that there are such people who actually are interested in pure devotional service. Further, Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring that this Krishna had actually saved me in my mother's womb, Uttara's womb. He's also knows, one of the names of Parikshit Maharaj is known as Vishnu Rat. One who was protected by the Brahmastra of Ashwadhama. And how Krishna came and protected by making a natural shield in the mother's womb and protected him from the destruction of Brahmastra. And he was wondering that how is it possible that he appeared in the womb of Devki, and also Baldevji, who appeared in the womb of Rohini. Can you please describe these wonderful transcendental activities? Divyam, karma cheme divyam. Can you please explain this to me? And then why did Krishna transfer himself from Mathura to Gokul or to Vrindavan, to Vrajbhumi? How did he live there with his family members, with the Vrajvasis, with Nanda Maharaj, with Yashoda Mai, etc. in Vrindavan? What did Krishna do in Mathura and Vrindavan? Can you please describe these transcendental sweet pastimes? And why did he kill his maternal uncle Kansa? Why did he kill his mama Kansa? What is the reason? For how many years did he reside in Vrindavan, in Mathura, in Dwarka? And how many queens did he have? And what were the activities that Krishna had actually performed, his leelas, that I have not asked? Please tell me more. Things that I may have not even asked you, I request you, oh Sukadeva Goswami, please tell me more of these nectarian pastimes that I may have not even asked about. So, these are the wonderful questions prior to entering, just in the beginning of the 10th canto, first chapter, that are being wonderfully asked by Parikshit Maharaj. And Sukadeva Goswami is now ready to speak about the actual pastimes of Sri Krishna. Now, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned that Avatari Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna in Golok, he is known as the Avatari. And the rest of them are known as avatars. The rest of them that are his expansions, they all fall under the category of avatars. So one question may arise that why does the Avatari, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, personally descend in order to eradicate personalities, demoniac personalities like Kansa and so many other demons? As the verse in the Bhagavad Gita says, Paritranam sadhunam vinasha iti dushkritam dharma sanstapakaya sambhavami yuga yage. So for that, it is not necessary for the Avatari, the Supreme Yashoda Nandan, to come down from Golok. His avatars are sufficient. As a matter of fact, was not so powerful as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, as Madhu and Kaitav. Those Rakshasas were so powerful that it's amazing. It is considered that they had thousands of more strength than Kansa. And for them, you had sent like somebody, one of your expansions or your avatars of Varahadev. And to kill Hiranyakashipu, your expansion, you came as Lord Nrsingadev. And like that, for so many different to kill miscreants, you have sent your other expansions and your avatars. Then why this time the avatari himself came? That is a very nice question that is posed. Why the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this particular case, especially in the case of killing Kamsa? Because speaking on the subject itself right now. So there are two reasons why the avatari Krishna comes down to Bhaumya Vrindavan. There is Golok Vrindavan in the spiritual world, and there is Bhaumya Vrindavan. Just like we have Ayodhya in India, and there's Ayodhya in the spiritual world, in Vaikuntha. So there is Vrindavan that we have in Uttar Pradesh, and not too far from Delhi, about 150 kilometers. And we have the Golok Vrindavan. So they are non-different, actually speaking. They are expansions of the original Dham in Golok. So what is the reason? So the reason, it is explained by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, that in Golok Vrindavan, the Parkiya Ras is very minimal. And in the Bhaumya Vrindavan, the Parkiya Ras is possible that Krishna can relish it very nicely. And the gopis can relish that Parkiya Ras very nicely in Bhaumya Vrindavan. So that was one reason. And the second important reason why the avatari Krishna came is to give the Ragatmika Bhakti or the Rag Marg to the Upasaks or to the persons who are practicing Sadhana Bhakti. Because those who are in Golok, they are already perfected. So they will not be doing any Sadhana Bhakti. So Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, he personally descends for this particular reason for the sadhaks. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions in one of his wonderful bhajans in Gopinath Mama Nivedana Shuno. In that he says, Ashiya prapanche jivera karane, Ashiya prapanche jivera karane, Leela koile shubhishtar, Gopinath Mama Nivedana Shuno, Gopinath. Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions the Ashiya Prapancha. You come down, you descend from Golok, the avatari Krishna. Why? Jivera Karane. That is the reason number 2 that has been mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita by Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami Pad. To give the conditioned souls the opportunity to relish Krishna Prem, those sadhaks, by his wonderful pastimes in Bhaumya Vrindavan. So, and Krishna appears, the avatari Krishna appears according to his own swa ichha. Ichha vashi bhut, that's what it's called. He is completely independent. He is swarat. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is mentioned in the very first verse. He is janmadi yasya, everything emanates from you. And that yasya means Vyasdev, our Rasik Acharyas like Rupa Goswami and our Gaudiya Acharyas explain, he is addressing Vrajendra Nandan Krishna. He's not addressing Karanodakshai Vishnu or Garbhodakshai Vishnu or Sirodakshai Vishnu. That yasya means the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from where everything emanates, including all the rasas. So that Personality of Godhead is abhigya and he's swarat, he's completely independent. So when one is completely independent, he is swa-ichha. So he desires to come when he wants to come for his own reasons, to give his mercy and his prema. And basically, avatari Krishna appears only once in a day of Lord Brahma. Can you imagine? That's after millions and millions of years. 3 avatars or 3 personalities of Godhead, they come only once in a day of Brahma. Lord Ramachandra, he comes in the 23rd Treta. And then in the 28th Dwapar, at the end of Dwapar, avatari Krishna, Vrajendra Nandan, he appears. And then just immediately after that, Shri Gaura Hari appears. Bolo Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki! That is why Prabhupada said that this particular yuga is known as Golden Kali Yuga. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just appeared 500 years ago. And just 5,000 years ago, the avatari Sri Krishna Vrajendra Nandan, he appeared not too long ago. So you can imagine the next appearance will be after millions and millions, after so many kalpas that will pass of Kali Yuga, then Satya Yuga, Treta, Dwapar, many cycles. But all other avatars, they come systematically, they must come. They are basically subservient to Vrajendra Nandan. So Matsya avatar will come in every Satya Yuga, Narsingadev Bhagavan will always come in every Satya Yuga, etc. They have to come. So that Swa Ichha is only the reserved, the right of Vrajendra Nandan Krishna. He appears according to his, but the jivas, we are karma vashibhut. We appear, our janma is based on our karma. So we don't have a choice, but Krishna has a choice. And including all the other demigods and all the other avatars of Krishna, they follow Vrajendra Nandan Krishna. As per his desire, they come like clockwork. So also, when Krishna comes as it is, in his avatari roop, he is known as the Prakash Vilas. He is known as Prakash Vilas. And when he comes into other different avatars, like when he expands himself into Lord Balram, he is known as the Vaibhav Vilas. Vaibhav Vilas means all the qualities of Krishna are there, but his form is slightly different. Like Balram is whitish in complexion, and he wears, instead of pitambar, he wears nilambar. He wears the bluish dhoti, and Krishna wears kundal in both his ears. Balramji only wears in one ear. So then there is a difference in the form and the difference in the clothing, in the dresses, etc. So then, at that time, it is known as the Vaibhav Vilas. Even our acharyas explained that the form of Krishna that we see on the altar is considered, we should consider as this Prakash Vilas. Because the form of Radha Ras Bihari is non-different from the form of the original Supreme Personality of Godhead in Golok Vrindavan. The form of Radha Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan is the same form that we see in Golok Vrindavan. So these are all Prakash Vaibhavas. In other words, the original. So as we know, in this first chapter, it is described that the world, the Prithvi, was overburdened by the demoniac kings, and Mother Earth took the shape of a cow and approached Lord Brahma, who is the secondary creator of this universe. And Lord Brahma, along with Lord Shiva and many demigods, they approached the shore of the milk ocean, the Shir Sagar, and they offered wonderful prayers, which is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam as the Purusha Sukta, to appease, to please the Shirodakshayi Vishnu. And then, it is amazing, at that particular moment itself, very soon, according to the Swa Ichha of Vrajendra Nandan, he wanted to appear at this time when Mother Earth was burdened. So he instructs Shirodakshayi Vishnu, saying that I am going to appear in my original form. So at that time, Shirodakshayi Vishnu accepts that order. It's like when an emperor is visiting a particular kingdom, then all the other kings that the emperor, they are subservient to the emperor, then they have to obey that emperor. And whatever that emperor's desire is, it is their desire. So similarly, at that time, otherwise, when the different millenniums and other millenniums, when there is a problem, they pray to Mahavishnu or Shirodakshayi Vishnu, then they send their guna avatars, etc. on Purusha avatars. But this time Krishna desired to appear in his original form as Swa Ichha. And he said that, oh, don't worry, I will appear in my original form. And he asked the demigods, the Devi Devatas, to become the wives and take birth. The Devis were supposed to become the wives, and the Devatas to take birth in the Yadukul, in the Yadu dynasty, and prepare the welcoming of Vrajendra Nandan Krishna. And Anantadev would appear first as Balram, and Yogamaya would also appear, and Yashoda Mata will not Jai Shri Radha Ras Bihari Lalita Vishakha Ji, Nitai Gaur Sundar, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman Ji ki Jai. Yogamaya would also appear to Yashoda. But by the mercy of Yogamaya herself, Yashoda will not get any attachment as a mother and daughter will have an attachment, because Mother Yashoda would be exclusively attached to Krishna and Balram. And that is the reason. And even Krishna did not have that brotherly, sisterly affection for Yogamaya because of Yogamaya's own desire to enhance the sweet pastimes of Krishna in Vraj. Then we all know that Vasudeva and Devaki got married, and Vasudeva was returning home with Devaki on a chariot driven by Kansa. It is the proper etiquette for the brother to do the vidai of the sister. And then there was an ominous voice, an Akashwani, that Devaki's eighth son, beware, will kill you, O Kamsa. Be careful, I warn you. So Kamsa was immediately upset, angry, and right away on the chariot itself, took a sword and wanted to kill Devaki on the spot. And Vasudeva at that time tried to apply the four different applications. The first three applications in trying to mitigate a problem is Sam, Dam, and Danda. Niti. Sam means a person when is very peaceful and is being given some advice will receive it. But Kansa was so extremely upset that Sam Niti would not work. Dam means sometimes in order to resolve a problem, somebody has to pay a price. Dam, money. But how could he pay money to Kansa? Kansa was already so rich. And Danda. Danda means sometimes punishment is given to resolve a problem. But how can he give Danda to Kansa? Kansa was already so offensive and such a demoniac person. How can you punish him? So then he decided to use Bhedaniti. Bhedaniti means basically trying to logically speak so many things, that way it will pacify. So Kamsa was not satisfied with all the other three nitis, so he said, okay, you know what? I'm going to offer, it is the eighth child that will be killed, that will kill you, right? I make a promise, he tells Kamsa, that I will give you all 8 children born of Devaki to you. That's my promise. So please, do not kill Devaki. And it was to your glory. People will put you to shame if you kill your own sister, and that too on your wedding day, and also killing a woman. That will not give you shobha. That will not give you glory, being such a big king. And can you imagine, everybody will say, oh, how glorious Kamsa you are, that you actually let Devaki go and you just waited. Let my enemy come, the 8th child, and I will take care of him at that time. So your glories will be heard that way. So like that, and then a lot of philosophical discussions are taking place between Kansa is being instructed. So Kansa is kind of, satisfied with this proposal. So soon Devaki gave birth, and then Vasudeva brought the newborn Krishna to, not the newborn Krishna, the newborn child to Kansa. And Kansa said, he felt like he was intelligently thinking, why am I, going to kill this child? It's the 8th child. So he gave it back. And Vasudeva was doubtful that he is a demon. I don't know what, should I really believe in him? But anyway, he was happy that his child got spared. And he went home. And as soon as he went home, Naradji appeared. And Naradji said that, Kansa, do you know that the Devi Devtas, the demigods, have already taken birth in the Yadu dynasty, and they are going to assist Vishnu, who is also going to appear very soon, as you heard the prophecy, in the 8th child of Devaki, who will be killing you, because they want to eradicate all the impious activities. So, don't trust them. These are demigods. They can say anything, even that Akashwani, or the sound that came from the firmament, the ominous sound or the warning, that is also from the demigods. How can you trust them? They are your enemies. So then immediately Kans was very upset, thinking, yes, what Naradji is saying is very, very correct. So he decides to call Devaki Vasudeva, and then he imprisons them. And Kans decided to kill all the children born in these families. And he also decided that any child born from the womb of Devaki must be killed. And he mercilessly smashes the firstborn of Devaki in the prison and kills him. So there is some philosophical importance in this particular. These are known as this. The Devaki gave birth to 8. The first 6 were killed, known as the Shadagarbhas. And it is said that Naradji incited the killing of these Shadagarbhas, the killing of Krishna's siblings, their brothers. So what is the reason behind that? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he explains that sometimes Naradji acts in such a way that he benefits everyone, not only the demigods but also the asuras. He wanted to actually expedite the arrival of Krishna, so that when comes acts in such a heinous way, Krishna will come faster. And also he wanted, in the benefit of Kansa, his liberation would also appear, because once any demon is killed by Krishna, he is automatically given mukti. So Narad Muni is he is a Surat Sarva Bhutanam. And he is always very equipoised to all. Always, even though when he's cursing or even though when he's speaking in such a way that may be contrary in nature, there's always a very nice Vaishnava benefit. And he's always thinking good for all. And Vasudevji, somebody may ask this question, that how can Vasudev be so ruthless that for his own grihastha life, he was willing to sacrifice the children of Devaki? How can he make a promise like that? That question arises. How can the father be so ruthless for his own family life to save his wife? He wanted to sacrifice the children that are born of his own wife? So the question is, there is a nice philosophical importance that is being taught here. Vasudev is basically a representation of Suddha Sattvam. He is Suddha Sattvam. And Devaki is Sadhana Bhakti. It is a representation of Sadhana Bhakti. So Vasudev ji is actually helping by making that promise. He wants to cleanse Devaki's womb for the arrival of Sankarshan, meaning Balram, and also the personality of Godhead Balram and the supreme personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. And by cleaning the womb of Devaki with the 6 anarthas that are there, like Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Kam means lust, Krodh means anger, Lobha is greed, Moha is illusion, Mada is pride, and Matsarya is envy. So these were the things that needed to be cleansed, and that is the reason. So there are multifarious reasons why they act in such a way, Vaishnavas. So Narad actually tells Kansa further that in his previous birth, Kamsa was the demon known as Kalnemi. And Vishnu had killed Kalnemi. In the Satya Yuga, in the first birth, he was the son of Hiranyaksha. And Kalnemi's daughter was Vrinda Devi, who was married to Jalandhar. Can you believe that? Kalnemi's daughter is Vrinda Devi. Vrindaya Tulsi Devaya Priyaya Keshavacha Krishna Bhakti Vishnu Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavataya Namo Namaha. And Kalnemi had 6 sons. And they had a boon from Lord Brahma, because these 6 sons, they refused to follow their uncle or their granduncle, their grandfather, Hiranyakashipu. Their actual grandfather was Hiranyaksha, who got killed. So, but the uncle, the granduncle is also known as grandfather. And Brahma was so pleased, so he gave them a boon to the 6, that no one can kill you. He had given them a boon. So these 6 sons, then they were cursed by Hiranyakashipu, that you are actually not following me and you are praying to Lord Brahma. And the curse that was given by the uncle, granduncle Hiranyakashipu, was that you will be pushed down to Patal. So at that time, the Shada sons, or the 6 sons, they prayed and they said, uncle, please, granduncle, please forgive us, this, that, please minimize our curse. So then he says, after pleading a lot, the curse was re-moderated to be born in every yuga, in the next 2 yugas, including to be born in the womb of Devaki as the Shadagarbha. They were born, and then, but they said that you will be killed by your own father, which is Kansa, or Kalnemi, because Kalnemi is Kansa, and those 6 Garbhas were actually the sons of Kalnemi or Kansa. So you will be killed. So these 6, and also Brahma also cursed them, not only gave them a wound, because when these sons, they laughed at Lord Brahma when Brahma got attracted to his own daughter. So at that time, Brahma also cursed them simultaneously, and he said that you will also appear again in this millennium, and then you will also die because of your offense to me by your own father. So there was a double curse, one from Hiranyakashipu and also from Lord Brahma. So then in the Treta Yuga, this Kal Nemi was born in the period of Lord Ramachandra as the son of Marichi, the one who appeared as the golden deer in the Ramayana Leela. And his brother was Andhaka, who was killed by Lord Shiva, and Kal Nemi was killed by Hanumanji himself. And then in the third rebirth, in Dwapar, he appeared as Kansa to Ugrasen and Padmavati. Ugrasen is Kansa's father and Padmavati is Kansa's mother. But Kansa was also cursed by his own mother Padmavati. It is said that Padmavati was raped by one of the Gandharvas by the name Dramil. And when Kansa appeared, she did not like that child. So she cursed him that, you will be killed by your own family member. Therefore, Kansa was actually, that curse came to fruition, all these curses through the hands of Krishna, because Krishna is the nephew of Kansa. So like this, so Kansa finally was so inimical to the Yadu dynasty, he even imprisoned his own father Ugrasen, and Kamsa wanted to enjoy the kingdom alone. In today's verse, as we see, so Prabhupada quotes that Aurangzeb also did the same thing. He imprisoned Shah Jahan. He killed his brothers so that he could take over the kingdom. And that's exactly what Kansa did. Kansa was non-different. And then what happened later on? Aurangzeb's son, Muhammad Akbar, his name was Muhammad Akbar, he revolted against his own father. So there are so many instances in history, like even in Greek, there was a demigod name known as Cronus. Cronus killed his own father, Uranus. And then Uranus was killed by his son, Zeus. So there are so many different instances for power. People have killed their own family members, their own friends. Unlike what we see in the Ramayana, like Bharat. He did not want the kingdom, although Lord Ramachandra gave it to him. That, no, Bharat, it is the desire of my father. You must take this. But Bharat said no. He never even sat on the throne. He took the padukas and he himself stayed outside and kept. What is that nice, wonderful verse? That in the Ramayana it says that Rama Charana Sukhadai Jin Charanan ki Pad Paduka Bharata Manahi Samai. The lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra through the padukas, Bharat always kept it in his core of his heart, and he worshipped them as a representation. So that is the quality of pure devotees who are never attracted to their throne. Even if you see in Vrindavan, in Vraj, actually speaking, the biggest or the eldest son takes the kingdom, or he becomes the Maharaja or the king. In Vrindavan, who is the Maharaja? Nanda Maharaj. But Nanda Maharaj is younger. Actually, Upananda is older. Nanda Maharaj had many brothers, and the oldest brother was Upananda. Upananda should be actually the king of Vraj. But no, Nanda Maharaj became. So it is the qualification, it is the quality that determines, not that somebody just simply whimsically kills somebody and takes the throne. So these are the things that were. And in conclusion, Prabhupada mentions that even Kans gets some benefit of liberation because he knew that Krishna could not be killed. He knew that, but he was inimical out of his pure ego. And that's what it is. So there is a nice verse in the Brahma Samhita in conclusion. What is that verse? Yam, Krodha, Kama, Sahajadi, Pranayadi, Bhiti, Vatsalya, Moha, Guru, Gaurava, Sevyas, Bhavai, Sanchitya Tanumaparete, Sadrisham Tanumaparete, Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. If one out of anger is always thinking of Krishna, Yam Krodh, like Kansa was so angry on Krishna, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, always angry with Vishnu, always in anger. and in bhiti, bhiti means always in fear, one is even thinking of Krishna like that, then they will also benefit. And there are some who love Krishna in Vatsalya, Moha, Guru, Gaurava, Sevya Bhava, as a servant, as somebody who is Krishna, as my son, as my friend, then they will also get that benefit. But the difference is that those people who are thinking of Krishna constantly as an enemy, they will benefit, but their benefit will be only liberation. But those devotees who think of Krishna constantly in a pure bhakti bhav, they will get eternal seva. Liberation is granted to anybody killed by Krishna, or even to the jnanis, or even to the Brahma yogis. But they will never get the benefit of seva. That is why Vaishnavas do not even aspire for mukti. Mukti is considered narkiya for them, because Vaishnavas always aspire for seva. That is their ultimate goal, whether here or there. We are situated here, or whether when we are purified and when we go back home, back to Godhead, to Golok Vrindavan, it is always seva. That is why Narottam Das Thakur in his Bhajan Lalsa in Radha Krishna Pran Mora is singing, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasayanu Dasa Sevaya Adhikaro Diye Narottam Dasa. So that seva adhikar is required. Even when we are in the purified stage and when we join in the spiritual pastimes, in the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna, in the Manjari Bhav, even there we are asking for seva to Lalita, to Vishakha, that how can I serve Radha Krishna in the Kunja? Please give me the opportunity. So that is always going to be there. When we rejoin Srila Prabhupada in the spiritual sky, he is serving his spiritual master, who is none other than Nayana Manjari, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada Thakur. Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada Thakur is a dear servant of Kamla Manjari, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And like that, Guna Manjari, Rupa Manjari, Labanga Manjari, Rati Manjari, Tulsi Manjari, these are all servitors of Rupa Goswami or Rupa Manjari. And Rupa Manjari is a very dear servitor of Lalita Sakhi and Radharani herself. So there is a very good system that we should always beg for service. And that is what this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is all about. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Please engage me. Hare, there are so many wonderful meanings just on the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can actually go into deep meanings that have been explained by our acharyas over a week. But just to simply conclude, Hare means the Mahaprabhu has mentioned in the second verse of the Sistastakam. What is that verse of the Sistastakam, the second verse? Namna Makari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis, my own potency. So what is that Nija Shakti? If we take a little glimpse into it, that Nija Sarva Shaktis means not only the head, Srimati Radharani, my primary Haladini Shakti, but all the other Shaktis of Sri Radha and her expansions, the Gopis, the Manjaris, etc. So that Nija Sarva Shakti means all our acharyas, the Gaudiya acharyas, are present in the word Hara. So it is a kind of a Mangalacharya, and we are asking them first that please engage me in the Nikunja Seva of Radha and Krishna. And when we are present here, please purify us and engage us in the service of Radha Krishna, Gaur Nitai, Lalita Vishakha, Radha Ras Bihari, Sitaram Lakshman, and their followers, the sincere followers under the management of ISKCON. Whatever service is given to us, let us do it very nicely and sincerely. So that is what Hare Krishna Mahamantra basically, it ultimately means service, 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 service. Harinam we are taking just for service. Whereas Kansa and the other asuras that are killed by Krishna or any of his avatars, they may get liberation, but they will never get seva. So seva is our primary goal, to please Radha Krishna. Anukulena Krishna Anushilanam Tad Bhakti Ruttam. Anya Bilashita Shunya Jnana Karma Navritam. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any questions or any comments anybody has? Yes, any microphone there? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very wonderful class. Thank you very much.
All glories to Guru Gauranga. Thank you, Prabhu.
You mentioned very nicely about the avataras, avatari and avataras. So is there a difference between avatari and avataras, or they have same potency, same power, same? Because sometimes it is seen that like Parashuramji could not recognize Lord Ramchandra in the beginning. At the
I'm sorry,
time
who could not recognize?
Parashuramji.
Oh, Parshuramji.
Yeah. In the beginning he could not recognize. If he is the same power, same potency, then he should have recognized immediately. So is there a difference? That means there is a difference or
No,
not?
very, very nice question, Prabhu. So based on my understanding, I will try to answer your question. Yes, there is a difference, and actually there is no difference. In potency, they are all the same. Just like there is a nice verse in the Brahma Samhita, Deepa Charev, there is one original lamp, and there are so many other lamps. All the other lamps have the same potency and they have the same light that they are given, but there is one original lamp. So that's the first difference, that there has to be an original, which is the avatari, from where all the avatars emanate. Janmadi Yasya. That Janmadi Yasya does not just mean for the material creation. The Janmadi Yasya means all the avatars, all the spiritual worlds, all the material worlds, they all emanate from you, O Vrajendra Nandan, avatari. Number one. Number two, the difference between the avataris and avatars is, most avatars there have got 60 gunas. And the avatari Krishna, Vrajendra Nandan, has got 64 kalas. 4 extra, which is the Madhurya Roop, Madhurya Venu, Madhurya Leela, and then also the Yash. So all these 4 are of the sweetest. We cannot find in the existence of theism such sweetness in any other avatar as of Vrajendra Nandan Krishna. And that is the reason why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, decided to come as Mahaprabhu to relish his own sweetness. That is one of the reasons, along with glorifying Sri Radha. So there is a difference and there is no difference. Difference is the sweetness, the category of sweetness in the avatari is unparalleled. It is unparalleled, and that is the reason even Satyavrat Muni is praying in the Damodar Ashtakam, Idam te vapurnatham gopala banam sadame manasi avirastam ki manye. In Gokul, I would like to, and even in the beginning he is making that prayer, Satyavrat Manu is saying that Namami Ishwaram Sachidananda Rupam. So Sachidanand Roop, Vishnu is Sachidanand Roop, all the 3 Vishnus are Sachidanand, all the Narayans are Sachidanand, Lord Ramachandra is Sachidanand, any avatar, Varadev is Sachidanand, Narsingadev is Sachidanand. So they are all Sachidananda Rupam, but he is specifying where Sachidananda Rupam, Namami Ishwaram Sachidananda Rupam, Lasata Kundalam, Gokule Brajamanam. That's Sachidanand, the Vrajendra Nandan, who is residing in Gokul, in Vraj. That's Sachidanand I am interested in, and I'm offering my obeisances to him. And that is why we Gaudiya Vaishnavas are interested only in that particular avatari Krishna. And that is our Aradhya. Aradhyo Bhagwan Vrajesha Tanayas. Out of so many Bhagwans, which Bhagwan should I worship? The Gaudiya Vaishnava says, Vrajesha Tanayas. Vraj Esh means the king of Vraja. Tanaya means the son of Nanda Maharaj. So that is the difference. And at the same time, in potency there is no difference, but in the Leela there is a major difference, the sweetness. That is why even Lakshmi Devi wants to leave Vaikuntha and wants to relish the pastimes in Vrindavan. But she cannot give up her attachment to Vishnu in one sense. There's a nice conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Venkat Bhatt on this, and there was a nice humor also. So Lakshmi Devi cannot give him back. That's why you stay in Belwan and you do tapasya. You will not get access to the Madhurya Ras of Vraj. So I hope that kind of answers your question.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. One more question, please.
Yes, Prabhu.
Lord Brahma's son was Marichi. And
Yes.
these Shaddarva, the 6 sons, were first Marichi's son. That's what I think.
Yes.
it
So
starts.
Marichi is Lord Brahma's son, and Marichi had got 6 sons,
6 sons.
that appeared to Devaki also, known as the Shadagarbha.
So this line of them, like then came to Marichi, after Marichi, and after like this. Please, little more on this.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Can you make it more clear? I could want to understand that from Marichi's sons, how they died, and because of the curse of Brahmaji, they died.
Yes.
And they took birth as
Yes, and
Kalnemi's sons.
yes.
Yes.
So as Marichi's son, actually Marichi's son was Kalnemi.
Marich's son was Kalnevi.
Yes, and Kalnevi was killed by Hanuman
Uh-huh.
in that Treta Yuga,
Acha.
in when Lord Ramachandra appeared. And his brother was Andaka, who was killed by Lord Shiva. And then that Marichi's sons appeared to Devaki as the Shadagarbha.
Uh-huh.
Any other questions or comments? So, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna.